has intensified. At the centre of the tussle are two senior leaders, former Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and Punjab Congress President Amarinder Singh. What began as a disagreement over the state leadership has now snowballed into a wider organisational crisis. The Congress High Command attempted a balancing act by retaining Raja Waring as a state president while appointing Channi as chairman of the party's campaign committee. But instead of ending the infighting, the move appears to have deepened factional lines. Just a day after holding what was widely seen as a show of strength with the several senior Congress leaders, Charanjit Singh Channi skipped a crucial organisational meeting convened by Punjab in charge Bhupesh Baghel. Also absent were the senior leaders Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa and leaders who are seen close to Channi. The timing has fueled speculation that a section of the Punjab Congress is unhappy with the organisation reshuffle and wants the High Command to reconsider its decisions. The Congress leadership, however, is trying to downplay the crisis. Punjab Congress Chief Raja Waring has denied any rift, saying Channi had prior commitments and is expected to meet Bhupesh Baghel shortly. Baghel too has maintained that the organisational review will continue and that every leader will get an opportunity to air grievances.
मीडिया के माध्यम से और ऑपोजिशन पार्टी के माध्यम से तो हमें बटा दिखाया जा रहा है, लेकिन मैं आपसे गुजारिश करना चाहता हूं, कांग्रेस पार्टी बिल्कुल बटी नहीं है। चन्नी साहब के घर में इकट्ठे होना और आज वही लोग जो चन्नी साहब के घर में इकट्ठे हुए थे, उनमें फिर कुछ लोगों ने उनमें से बीच में बांट के मीटिंग करना और सहमति के साथ मीटिंग होना, मेरे से बात होकर किसी और से बातचीत होकर, उसको अगर मीडिया बटा दिखाएगी तो हम बटे, लेकिन अगर उसको आप ये दिखाएंगे कि हर व्यक्ति कोशिश कर रहा है कि किस प्रकार से हमने आगे वाले दिनों में पंजाब में आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ लड़ाई लड़नी।
Ahead of the 2022 Punjab elections, factional battles between Amarinder Singh, Navjot Singh Sidhu and Charanjit Singh Channi left the party divided. The result was disastrous. Congress was reduced to 18 seats. As Punjab heads towards another high-stake election, the questions are becoming increasingly difficult for them. Can the Congress resolve its leadership battle before it reaches the electorate is the question. I am joined by Vipin Pabi, senior journalist, and Professor Rajiv Lochan, a noted author, and Brijesh Pandey, input editor of News9. Thank you both of you for joining me. Let me straight away go to Professor Rajiv Lochan first. So what is happening to the Congress party? I mean to say, do they require one more harakiri in Punjab?
Oh, well, Congress party has been like this always in Punjab. Punjab Congress since 1937. Since 1937, Punjab Congress has been a divided body, except that when they contest election, they always manage to find a leader who's strong enough and who's attractive enough for the public that they do not have to form a coalition government in Punjab. The Congress has formed government many times over, and the Congress has by and large been a successful party in Punjab, both in terms of providing good governance and also in terms of capturing the minds of the people. So even this time, I don't think there's any problem with the Congress. It's the outsiders, people who are observing the Congress and who imagine that a political party needs to be a unified, homogeneous whole, who think that the Congress has got infighting. Now, there are contestations, of course, the contestations for leadership. These contestations for leadership could always mean that one of the leaders, he decides that he will undercut the other leader, which is what happened when Navjot Sidhu was brought in into the Congress.
I think that's an important point, Professor. That's an important point you made. I'll take it to Mr. Pabi. Mr. Pabi, you know, is it just the style of the Congress, as Professor Rajiv Lochan was saying, or is it a symptom of a problem, or is it just the style of the Congress party, which is like different from BJP and AAP?
Yeah, as Professor Rajiv Lochan has said it very correctly, that it goes back to a very, very long time, 30s. And even in the recent history, it was, Jayal Singh versus another Congress leader at that time. And then it was Mrs. Bhattal and Amarinder, then Navjot Singh and Amarinder. And last time also it was Bajwa versus Navjot versus Channi. So this has been going on, and in this state, the difference is perhaps that in Punjab they come out in the open. They don't want to discuss within the party themselves. They come out in the open, and ultimately, as we had seen in the past, for instance, in the 2017 election, It was Bajwa versus Captain Amarinder Singh fight that was very open. But at the last moment, in the last few days, Bajwa stepped back. He was the party president at that time, but he stepped back. And then Captain Amarinder Singh led the party to a victory. But in the previous elections, you all know, there have been so many power heads. And this is happening this time again. There are different power centers. And besides this Channi and the other leaders, Bajwa has also thrown his ring very subtly into the ring. He has said that, he happens to be the senior most Punjab Congress politician. And so he also has some kind of a claim, although he has not said it very openly, and he's playing very diplomatic about it. But this is a fact that unlike most other parties, like in the case of Aam Aadmi Party, it was Bhagwant Mann. In the case of Akalis, it was Badal. So there is definitely a problem. Now the main thing that needs to be looked at is whether they'll be able to close their ranks just before the election. But I particularly feel that, they're doing damage to themselves by this openly, challenging each other.
Important point being raised. Do you think that they will be able to resolve, Brijesh, all these issues? Is this a power vacuum that after Amarinder Singh, they have not been able to resolve? Who is the face of? Is it Navjot Singh Sidhu? Is it Channi? Is it Bajwa? At least around Amarinder, they knew that he is the senior most.
Well, I think, if you ask me, it's in Punjab, as both esteemed guests have pointed out, it's been a long time, tussles and full-blown tussles and full out in public has been kind of tradition with the Congress party. And also, as we have seen in several states also, Congress first creates a problem and then Congress goes out after, the entire experiments goes awry, then they go out to douse the problem. So I think, something of the similar sort is happening as far as Punjab is concerned. I think, much more deliberations should have been done before they go ahead and make this kind of appointment, because you may close ranks a week before the election or 15 days or a month before the election, but the fact of the matter is that it doesn't send good signal. And if you see the high command affecting any kind of change, what it does is, whether you win Punjab or not, it definitely makes your top leadership look capitulating before factional
Professor
pressures.
Lochin, the reason why I was asking this question is that, BJP is not paying any noises. Aam is under fire from Akal Takht because of various reasons. Shiromani Akali Dal got, vanquished the last time, Congress was looking like sort of stable, and suddenly it is this party which seems to be like, the knives are open.
See, the Congress party's most serious problem is the Delhi government. Sorry, the Delhi leadership. The Delhi leadership always controls the Congress. In fact, when Sanjeeva Reddy was the president, he actually went on record to say that if the Delhi people stop interfering with the Congress in Punjab, Punjab would be much better governed.
So who is interfering? Is it Mr. Venugopal who is interfering? Who is interfering, sir? There has to be a Delhi person interfering.
At the moment, the buzz is that it is Rahul Gandhi who is interfering.
Okay.
Rahul Gandhi's experiment, the one which brought in Ravinder Bittu, Vadig himself came in as a consequence of Rahul Gandhi's experiment. This experiment needs to continue slowly and gradually. What the Congress High Command does is, it keeps on changing people. Like they brought in Navjot Singh Sidhu. Navjot Singh Sidhu has absolutely zero connect with the people of Punjab. Everyone imagines that he's a comedian. And after that, he was put on top of Amarinder Singh. And not only put on top of Amarinder Singh, he was allowed to get away with humiliating Amarinder Singh again and again. Channi, who was making a name for himself and who was getting some strength from the public, who was getting support from a large number of people within the Congress, Channi was all of a sudden sidelined, and Vadig was brought in. Vadig is a good person. Vadig is a good leader. He's making desperate efforts to capture the Congress organization and ensure that everyone works harmoniously. But he's at the moment too young. And the Congress, as with all other political parties in India, essentially prefers people who are older. And Channi fits the bill over there. So Channi is not going to back off.
Channi is not going to back off. Mr. Pabbi, do you think that this is like a deja vu feeling? He's not going to back off? And most important of all, who is the vote catcher in Punjab? Is Channi the vote catcher? Is Sidhu the vote catcher? Is Bajwa the vote catcher? Because Bajwa's story, I have been, looking into this from 2008, where in Delhi, he would like campaign, against Amarinder saying, there should be a generational shift. When this was in vogue, when Rahul Gandhi became General Secretary, frontal organizations, generational shift. So, who is the leader of the Congress party today? One person. Do they have it?
Karthik, that is actually the problem. Ever since they lost Captain Amarinder Singh by whatever manipulations and all that, and faced such humiliation at the election, ever since then they don't have a very charismatic leader at the top. And perhaps that is the reason they are trying to experiment with, say, bringing a Dalit like Channi and then getting a young president voting as the president. The problem here is that, all other leaders think that if voting continues and maybe if the party wins and he becomes the chief minister, then all others, those old brigade, will be left secondary and that they will be left with no chance. So that's why many of them are backing Channi, that they still might be holding some chance to, get into power. But with Raja voting, it will be the youth brigade which will be coming up. And that, I think, is perhaps their
that's such a, misused word, youth brigade in Congress, The youth brigade is promoted, then they leave Congress. Look at Bittu. Look at Jyotiraditya Scindia. But I can just go on with this youth brigade. I mean, number of spokespersons of the Congress party, MPs who were close, barring...
See, the way, the knee-jerk reactions and the knee-jerk experiment which the Congress party does definitely leaves a lot of party leaders disillusioned. Just because you had, Jyotiraditya Scindia or Ravneet Bittu in your side and then they leave you, it also if it reflects poorly on them, it also reflects poorly on you, the kind of people you cultivated, the kind of people you gave access to. And, your desire to experiment this close to election, I think, is almost always disastrous. If you have taken this decision, say, a year back, or at least, tried to cement the authority of Raja Vading and by sending messages and or making sure that he's accepted by one and all, if not one and all, but at least a decent majority, that, he's going to be the next state president. He's not going to be the chief minister, but he's definitely going to be the president. Then it would have been a completely different thing. But nothing of that sort has been done. And people believe that, that this was something which was engineered by Bhupesh Baghel. And they're saying that now, after creating the crisis, people have gone to to solve the crisis. And this is I think perhaps the biggest problem which the Congress is facing, not only in Punjab but in many other states as well.
Last time around, if you recall, when Mallikarjun Kharge and Ajay Maken came, they went to Rajasthan and they had a very tough time. They had a very tough time. So Bhupesh Baghel is still having very easy, Mr. Lochan, they're still having, he's still having very easy.
Remember here, there's a thing we have to remember here, that a political leader who's charismatic, it's not as if the political leader becomes automatically charismatic. The political leader has to work very hard on the ground.
Yes.
When Pratap Bajwa had been made the president and Amarinder Singh challenged Pratap Bajwa being the president, Amarinder Singh actually was able to mobilize a very large number of people, public, not leaders, but the people from the public, and took out a large number of meetings where he openly challenged and laid his claim to be the president of the Congress.
Absolutely.
Similarly, in earlier times, every major Congress leader, whether it was Beyant Singh, whether it was Darbara Singh, whether it was Zail Singh, was able to step towards the people in general, the voters, and directly talk to the voters. Punjab in those days was a much larger state than it is today. Cairo used to continuously work almost 12 to 15 hours a day and reach out to everyone. So despite the Delhi leadership trying to undercut the Congress in Punjab, Cairo continued to be a powerful leader in Punjab. At the moment, the Congress is very well placed because the Congress is a party which is not a party of rural people. It is a party of urban people. Punjab is transformed. It is not a rural state anymore. It is essentially an urban state. The farmers of Punjab also imagine themselves to be more in the form of being city dwellers than village dwellers. At this time, there is no leader other than Channi who has actually moved to the public. Channi, for that brief 6 months or something period that he was the chief minister, he remained on the road almost continuously, holding meetings, meeting people. I mean, in Punjab, the simple thing that you've got to do is take your car to a small village, get off, shake hands with people, touch a few feet, ask for the ashirwad.
So basically, Mr. Lochan, you are saying that the Channi has reinvented himself.
I don't know whether Channi has been able to do it now. I know that Channi was doing it massively in 21-22.
Okay.
And that was the time when he lost out because Congress infighting.
Okay.
So, any leader, your question was about a charismatic ruler. Any leader who is able to reach out to the public, and in order to reach out to the public, the fellow has to actually go
I've really
out
run short of
to
time,
villages
Mr.
and
Lochan.
towns.
Mr. Lochan, I've really run short of time. Thank you. I really need to end this because I have another on point, and my guests have joined, and this is on the safety of extreme sports in India. Are tourists safe in the hands of those who offer thrills without complete safety net? Adventure sports is about adrenaline rush, but increasingly they are also raising uncomfortable questions about safety. The latest alarm comes from Manali, where a paraglider lost control mid-air and crash landed on a busy highway. The incident took place near Raison on the Chandigarh-Manali highway, but the issue is not that. The issue is that are extreme sports safe in India? Is paragliding safe in India? How do we monitor them? Is there a way in which the entire system is scrutinized? The people who get the gear, the wear, who gets to have a look at it? You know, social media is awash with all of this. There have been certain accidents now, they are trending on various social media platforms. So